Alrighty guys, big day for AMD today. The company set to report earnings after the bell. So in this video, you guys saw the title, we're going to break it down. We're going to go over the charts. We're going to go over the estimates here for EPS and revenue, and we'll dive into some other numbers, talk about their most recent earnings report, which came out about 2.5 months ago. So jam-packed video, and all I ask from you is if you find value, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe. We're almost at 30,000 subs, and get yourself some free stocks from Moomoo, the sponsor of today's video, by going down below. Check out all the details, guys. You can get a free share of Tesla stock or Expedia stock and up to 15 other stocks. Just check out the details, link down below. We'll talk more about that later. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's dive into it. So AMD, also known as Advanced Micro Devices, this stock is part of the AI, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't want to call it a bubble per se, but it's part of the AI wave. Let's just say that. The AI wave that's causing a lot of stocks to go up, this AI wave. And you know, AMD is one of those. NVIDIA is one of those. You know, Google's arguably, well, it is one of those, which it's also a big tech stock. I guess all of these are big tech stocks. But either way, guys, this is in the AI wave right now, and this is why it's been, you know, completely exploding over the past couple of weeks and months. You guys can see on the 4-hour chart, AMD was back in the middle of November under $60 per share. I mean, that's insane considering now it's at 120. It's pretty much doubled up, and just a couple of weeks ago, it was at $133 per share. And now look at this, guys. Currently, when I'm making this video, what time is it? About 11:30, 11:40. Markets, all the indexes right now are in the red. We have the Russell down 0.9, the Nasdaq's down 0.25, S&P's down 0.4%, the Dow's down 0.1, barely down, but still down, as the VIX is up almost 4%. And in the midst of this red day, AMD is actually up around 2%. Actually, earlier in the day, it was up over 2%. In anticipation of earnings coming out today after the bell. So that's actually a really good sign. It goes to show the strength here in the bulls on the stock, or for the stock, which is phenomenal. And now we're actually breaking above the highs from yesterday, probably from the past couple of days as well. Let me pull the 5-day up and see here, guys. Yeah, we're at a high on the 5-day, 5-minute. We're taking the highs out from, you know, yesterday, day before, pretty much all of last week. And now we're starting to see, wait a second, was this a triangle? I guess you can say, yeah, this was a triangle here. I didn't catch that till now, after the fact. But, you know, it is one nonetheless. That's playing out. That's great. And we can see here on the 10-day chart, now we're starting to break out towards highs from, let's see, the beginning of this month. Actually, it's August 1st, guys. I thought it was July still. I caught myself there. Happy August, by the way. I hope you guys did have a great July. Now we're approaching the highs from the beginning of July, being about 117.75, 118. That's a big spot of resistance. So let me actually set my alert now at 118. Let me do that. Mark is at or above. And if that does end up breaking, guys, 120 to 122, that's where we could be going next. I mean, that was, you guys can see here, the double top high from the middle of July heading towards the end of July. You guys can see here we topped that 122 on the 14th of July and on the 19th of July as well. So double top, then we sold off down to 108, and my goodness, have we rallied pretty aggressively off of that low. Now we're starting to turn around, and I think if earnings come out and they do very well, which we'll talk about here in a second, the estimates and last, you know, quarter's earnings, I think this stock could start breaking out, especially if we take out 118, and if it takes out 122, guys, which I might as well set my alert there as well, this could be going up even more, maybe back to those highs where we hit 133, was it? What was it? We just talked about it. Yeah, 133 we hit in the middle of June. You know, that could be a target potentially, right? We'll see if that does end up hitting. And let me quickly point this out to you guys. We do have a head and shoulders right here on the 4-hour chart on AMD. You guys can probably see it if I draw it out. 1, 2, we have the head, the left shoulder, the head, then the right shoulder right here, and the neckline happens to be at 118. So that actually makes 118 even more important. So if we do break above that and 122, the head and shoulders is out the window. And here on the 4-hour chart, we're going to be moving above the moving averages. Well, we actually already are right now. But we'd fully be breaking out. Let's just put it that way. We'd fully be breaking out if we take out 122, which would be obviously ideal for the Bulls. But it all comes down to earnings, ladies and gentlemen, which we have to pull up here on Chrome. Give me a second, guys. Boom, here we go. So AMD right now, the market cap is sitting at a whopping 187 billion freaking dollars, guys. Holy crap, almost 200 billion dollars. And it's not that long ago that this company was very teeny tiny small. I'm not the only one that remembers that. Sure, a lot of you guys watching this video, you probably have not been in the stock market long, but I've been in the game now for probably close to a decade. Yeah, so this company, I think it was in 2016-17, it was a couple bucks per share, if that. Let me actually pull the 5-day, or not the 5-day, the 5-year. Yeah, maybe a little bit before 2018, because in 2018 it was 18, 25, 30 bucks a share. So probably before that, but I'm telling you guys, there was a period where it was, yeah, it was in 2015. Okay, a little bit before that. 2016-15, it was at $2 a share, $3, $4, $5. So it wasn't that long ago that it was a fairly small company, very small. It was probably what, $1-2 billion back then, if that, maybe a little bit more. And now it's pushing 200 billion. Unbelievable. The beta is a 1.83, so it's obviously more volatile than the overall markets. We all know that, guys, right? The PE ratio, which I'm not really paying attention to for this company, but it's at a 646 right now. That is just insane, absurd. We're not going to talk about that in this video, but that is unbelievable. And their EPS trailing 12 months is at an 18, or it's at 18 cents. So they've made 18 cents in the last 12 months, and their price is 116. So you guys can do the math there and see why the P ratio is so high. I guess their earnings have dropped. I don't really track AMD way too much, guys, but I believe, yeah, their earnings have dropped. So that PE, boom, has jacked up like crazy as their price has continued to go up as well. So let me actually pull up the analysis tab and see what they're looking to do for EPS coming up and revenue. Let me actually refresh this. It messes up sometimes, guys. There we go. So right here we have number of analysts, 31. So it's a very popular stock, as a lot of you guys know at this point. So a lot of analysts are tracking it. So based on 31 analysts, average EPS is 57 cents for the quarter. The low estimate is 54 cents rather. The high is 62 cents. What the heck happened here, guys? Oops, sorry about that. And a year ago, they did $1.05. So they're actually going to be declining year over year in EPS, which you guys probably know that. Same thing with Intel, which I didn't do a deep dive into Intel. I don't really want to be honest, but you guys probably saw their earnings. So yeah, it's not a surprise, and that's why the P ratio is jacked up in the short term, because their EPS has gotten demolished, and it probably will continue to in the very short term here. And for revenue, guys, you can see based on 30 analysts, the average is 5.31 billion, the low is 5.25, and the high is 5.4. So that's a pretty tight window there for the estimates. And last year they did $6.55 billion of revenue. So year over year they will be down. Get ready, guys, for probably 20% decline in revenue. That is what's expected right now for AMD. So that's a quick rundown here on the expectations, guys. And this right here, which we're not going to dive too deep into, but this is their report from the last quarter, which came out, I forget exactly the date, but right around 2 months ago. When was it? Yeah, it was early May. So about 3 months ago, we got this report. And let me show you what they did when we got this report. So you guys can probably see right here, bear with me. You can see for Q1 2023, they did $5.3 billion of revenue. Let me see if I can come in here and show you guys. And in Q1 of 2022, the year before, they did $5.9 billion almost. So they actually declined 9%. In the last quarter when they reported from Q1 of 2022, and this was down 16%. What is this? The gross profit. So gross profit in Q1 came in at $2.3 billion, and last year in Q1 it was $2.8 billion, down 16%. And what's down 4%? It looks like the gross margin. Yeah, gross margin was 44% last quarter in Q1 2023, and in Q1 of 2022 it was at 48%. So that dropped, but this is up 29%. What is this? Looks like, oh, great, Operating expenses, guys, operating expenses based on the last quarter were up a good chunk there. You guys can see, let me actually bring this out a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, so you guys can see operating expenses have increased 30% pretty much. That's insane. Operating income is down 115%. That is insane, guys. It was what? $950 million in 2021 Q1 or 2022 Q1 rather, and it came in at a loss of $145 million in Q1 of 2023. Operating margin came in at negative 3% for Q1. And last year in 2022, it was 16%. So they're declining pretty much in all these categories, literally every single one based on Q1. So we'll see, guys. This is huge. What is it going to look like for Q2? I mean, I'm not dogging the company. I'm just saying last report was year over, at least compared to year over year. We're not talking about the guidance or compared to the analyst estimates from last quarter. I'm just saying Q1 2023 compared to Q1 2022, they declined in every category. Will it be the same for Q2 2023? I don't know. Time will tell. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and we might as well wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. We're almost at 30,000 subs, and if you want some free money for Moo, the sponsor of today's video, guys, use that link down below, or simply go to sponsorfest.com/Moo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks right off the bat, and if you fund your account at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks, and mind you, each of those is valued up to $2,000, and if you fund your account at least $5,000 on top of those 15 stocks, you also get a free share of either Tesla stock or Expedia stock, which makes this promo a no-brainer. So use that link down below, and of course, full disclosure, that is an affiliate link. It helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always, and with that being said, cheers. I'll see you in the next video.